country inches closer to solving its vast security issues with the setting up of various community and regional security networks around the nation, some other citizens have been tasked with the personal aim of fomenting trouble and throwing the efforts of a decent security hierarchy to the dust. Insecurity is a well-known hydra that has constantly attacked the Nigerian state irrespective of status and location. This prompted the emergence of the Western Security Network, also called Amotekun, which was set up to take charge of the security network in the western part of the country. Amotekun was formed to basically institute a neighborhood security network to safeguard the residents in communities across the Yoruba-speaking parts of the country. The inauguration was welcomed as an idea whose time had come as the incessant attacks by suspected cow herders were becoming very rampant in the bushes. Recently, that lofty idea has turned into a nightmare as the group has been fingered in some extrajudicial killings. As bad as it may sound, the Amotekun Corps has been put in a bad light due to the recent killings in communities. Just some few days back, 3 youths were feared dead during a bloody clash between youth and some Amotekun officers at Takpa in Oyo State. From information gathered, the Amotekun officers attempted to stop the youth from organizing a carnival which was reportedly banned by the state government. This prompted the students and the officers to engage in a fight, and this led to the officers opening fire on the youth. Apart from this, other instances have been reported of the Amotekun Corps waylaying innocent individuals, and this has signaled a bad omen for the state and the region entirely. The NANS body in Oyo State had given the state government an ultimatum to reorientate the Amotekun Corps and also address the unwanted brutality meted on the residents by the officers of the network. Now, with the signals in the open, it is pertinent for the state government and the federal government to immediately clamp down on the Eastern Security Network, also called ESN, which was recently formed by Nnamdi Kanu. Amotekun, which is controlled by about 6 state governors, is already making mistakes, and it will be scarier and terrible if Eastern Security Network, which is not controlled by any organ of government, to go on the loose. The Eastern Security Network has constantly taunted the government, and this is really a bad omen, and as allowing this network to last till the election period will signal doom to the whole eastern region. According to a report, Kanu had warned the eastern governors not to attempt to set up another security network in the region, and that only his Eastern Security Network should be made to function. This is a time bomb waiting to explode if not resolved immediately. The country is already divided along ethnic lines, and the security of citizens is paramount, hence the need to clamp down on the enemies of the state before the situation goes or gets to a full-blown war. I think a lot of voices are coming up for the eradication of a Eastern Security Network. Of course, we can see that the Amotekun is being sabotaged, and when the day start, they have not even gained ground. They've not even known their left from their right, and they are beginning to involve in this kind of a thing. Do you think, even with the answers that came up, people complaining about a police brutality here and there, and these guys they've never even stayed up to 5 months. Of course, it was inaugurated January last year, but because of COVID-19 and all of that, it has really delayed their operatives or their operations, so they just couldn't even start. According to what we were being told by the personnel of Amotekun, they started around September, because it's bad, different states with when they wanted to really kick off, but the first state that kicked off in September, according to what we were told. So from that time till now, how many months? So they will just quickly start misbehaving, just like the way Nigerians have been complaining about police. So if people are now looking at this whole thing, that, oh, because of what we are hearing concerning Amotekun, which the um, operatives have come out to say, no, that is not true. This is not what is happening. It's just a way of trying to make sure that Amotekun does not stay. Because, of course, when it wanted to start, a lot of people did not even really support it. But one thing is that by and large, if a government or a leader who is supposed to do its job and he doesn't do his job, these are the kind of a thing that will be happening. Now, the government should be ashamed. It's the same government that ought to have done the right thing. If the government had done the right thing, believe you me, all of this security outfits being organized by the people wouldn't have come up in the first place. You can imagine the southeastern governors. What were they waiting for all this while? But because Eastern Security now has started, that is when they are now putting up a fire brigade work. What were you waiting for? Before Amotekun could come up, what were they waiting for? The police, the conventional security architecture that we have all over the place, the government and security agencies, what were they doing? They were there up to today that we speak. And I was even surprised that police could come out and be telling us, oh, Amotekun collecting money from people, they are into extrajudicial killing. And you are saying it and you are not ashamed of yourself. Because if you had done your bit, if you have done your part very well, Amotekun wouldn't have come up in the first place. It wouldn't have come up. It is the failure from the top. Failure from the so-called leaders led to all of this. And you are coming to tell us that this and that. You, what are you doing? The Amotekun or any other security outfit are supposed to help you where you cannot reach. But now, it is as if it is the Amotekun that is not the Nigerian police force. Why? You are accusing of them of what you are ordinarily, that is what you do. Because you failed. Only God knows what is happening. I don't just understand. Which day people have been complaining about this smear. Of course, we have isolated cases of a crime here and there. But this is an organized, a group of people who are going from one state to the other doing this whole thing. And we can see them, and none of them has been arrested. Governments encouraging people to go into farming. We now see that farmers are dying anyhow. No compensation. Nobody's even expecting any useless or rubbish compensation. Why should, and we have people in an organized form. Of course, Gabashe has already confirmed that it is they are going from places to places that is causing this problem, which people have been talking about right from time immemorial. The government didn't pay attention to that because they are telling Nigerians that you have to live with them. Oh, you have to make sure you live in peace with them, or you give them your land. Is your life is the land more important than your life? According to Femi Adesina, you failed to do your part from the beginning. And this voice or the writer saying that if ESN is not tamed, it's going to do this, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. The question, and that is why if the government, the leaders are not doing the right thing, and they always come up from the angle of why people should continue to disobey them, not really disobey them, to have distrust, not to doubt them. How can you tell us that you have a plan of creating a security outfit, and close to 2 years you did nothing, and people are dying in their numbers, people are losing their source of livelihood, and you don't deem it fit? You are telling us that nothing has been happening. So what's not happened within the space of 3 weeks now that you want to establish your own security outfit? This is what you ought to have done. So people should continue to wait and be looking at you people as you lie on a daily basis, and you are not doing anything. You can imagine this, even as we talk about the job that the government was supposed to provide, 777,000 jobs across the country. Even if we are talking about the money is not going to be anything, but of course it's still going to be something to, few individuals at the end of the day. Not that it's going to be a lasting solution to the poverty ravaging the people. Some people were happy about it. because of course we know that it's going to be a temporary happiness. But they were happy that, oh, this was what government was about to do. Is how many months down the line, because of thieves and because of rogues, they said they want to be part of the recruitment. Now they've scattered everything. You can imagine those ones, the people who were waiting for such programs to commence, that irrespective of anything, be any so far they will get something, which we know that it's not going to last. It's still going to be from fry pan to fire. It's still going to come back to the same. They will come back to the same suffering again. But at least they were happy that government was about to do something now, and they told us by October last year everything will commence. You can imagine up till now they have not done anything, and the way they announce everything, and that is how they are always bringing new things. Oh, they are going to do this. They are going to do this, and you are going to be waiting forever. Nothing will happen. How many years ago you'll be expecting, oh, government said they are going to do this. Not and a lot of people will be believing them. A lot of people who have not even taken time to even study the government, study the politicians, you'll be believing them. Yes, they are going to do this. Oh, na lie. Now the same thing, people's lives are going down the drain on a daily basis. You are telling us you are going to do this. It's because of your failure that is bringing all of this. So whatever that comes out of it, good and fine. But you people can advise the government, or the government can come out to be saying that we want to stop this, we want to stop this. If for you to even say you want to stop all these security outfits, you ought to stop all the people involved in this crime. If you stop it, automatically all of those security outfits, they will cease to operate. But in as much you are not going to put effort in dealing with all those criminals, whether they are from this country or from outside the country, it is even shameful for us to be saying that, oh, they are foreign people. What kind of a nonsense is that? If you don't want all this security architecture to continue to function, you have to eradicate all those crimes, all those criminals. You have to eradicate them. Without that, nothing will happen. So that they should fold their hands and begin to allow those Fulani herdsmen that you don't even arrest them. How many times has police come out to speak against the activities and the atrocities committed by these herdsmen? How many times have they come out to let us know such things happening, even with the way everything is just loud there? Even the blind can see, the deaf can hear what is happening, but the security agencies, the government, never see all of those things. And people are trying to defend themselves. They are not coming to say this and that. Is it because of your failure? So whatever that comes out of it, so be it. So be it. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let us know your thoughts on this.